On this episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs, Linda interviews Los Swamp Monsters. Enjoy.
Hey, I'm excited. Look what I'm surrounded with. I mean, I'm with some good musicians here. I'm down at Twin Kegs 2. I haven't never been here before, so I was even doubly excited when you were playing here. So I got in touch with CJ here, and he told me they were playing here today. And I'm here with
Bruce Andrews,
Rooster Covington, or West.
David Doretti.
And my name is CJ Benoit, and together we are Los Swamp Monsters.
Yeah,
my apologies to Nick Jackson, he couldn't make it.
and I just want to say their music is foot stomping, fun. Accordions are involved, and my favorite, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flea. This is the Flea guy in this band. So I mean, you got some moves there. So you haven't just been starting out doing this. You've been doing this a while, haven't you? So.
I've been called worse. Yeah. With the Swamp Monsters, I guess about 3 years now.
Oh, cool.
I'd say so, yeah.
That's cool, yeah.
A few things prior to that, but this is as much fun as I've found in any band in Nashville, and I think it shows.
Oh yeah, I was rocking out, sitting in my seat. Yeah, but you're styling with the bass. You got some moves I have never seen, and you're a showman. I mean, I'd say, hey, come, just see the bass guy, you guys. You'll be blown away with everybody, but really.
I'm going to want that in writing.
Okay. Well, I was impressed with your, how you can play and everything. And I mean, a bass can add so much to the band if everybody else lets them do their thing,
Well, thanks. And I think, collectively, the band gets this. It's not enough just to put a song across. You really need to deliver a show.
Yeah.
And the band collectively, I think, delivers that in spades.
You do.
That's certainly why I'm here.
So, you've been with them 3 years, but you've definitely played longer than that. How did you start getting into music?
Oh, I don't think you have enough film in the camera for this. I grew up in Wisconsin, worked in several bands in the Midwest. I did, I guess, almost 5 years in New York, then LA for 7, and came to Nashville, and I knew immediately I had found my musical home. When I pulled into Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been here ever since.
And that's a good. I mean, you've been around, so when you get here that feeling that's here, and you had it, and I'm glad you're able to share your talent with us, and I can't wait to see you when you come play for us, and I'll be following you guys, and I'll be telling people about you. So I'm glad we got to meet you today. So
yeah, we're looking forward to the Gallatin gig.
Yeah, that'll be in August, and I'll have you down there. We'll be rocking. I'm going to be telling people bring their dancing shoes, and let's have a good time.
Perfect.
I just like it. You guys, I like a vibe. I like an energy. You're what Nashville's about. You're the energy. You're the turbine rolling through, and I like that. So thanks for your information, and I look forward to seeing you later on.
Sounds good.
And okay, let's move on down this way. And this is CJ Benoit. Is that right?
That's right.
CJ Benoit. And he is a man of voices and a man of accordion. And when you add an accordion, have you ever heard of, is it Gogol Boldero?
I love Go-Go Bordello.
Oh, you know them?
I know them very well.
Oh, I got to their concert. I was there. He felt like a bodyguard. He was just standing at the concert with me. People don't know that guy there, and I'm all over the place, I'm just like, I am the Wanderlust King, da 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 da. And when you said you had me at accordion.
Oh, my wife and I love Go-Go Bordello. Star the welling purple, welling purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, da 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 da. I love that band.
All right, fellow person.
Eugene Hutz is probably one of my. Probably the songwriter that I would probably say is up there along the lines with Bob Dylan, Tom Waits,
ABBA.
Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
If you're good with the Swedish dudes looking for Swedish dudettes, maybe but you know.
I have a Swedish songwriter living with me right now from Sweden.
Oh, right on.
And when we saw Mamma Mia 2, she pointed out they had their ABBA people in the movie.
No
But
kidding.
being Swedish, she knew, oh, that's him playing the piano and that's him playing the guitar over there. But I wouldn't know that as Americans, you know, or I wouldn't.
They got good fish there.
So would you, so you know who I'm talking about, and what you bring, I mean, you can rock that guitar, I mean, not guitar, the accordion, you rock that thing. When did you think of including it into your band, or were you always there?
Well, I've actually 5 years. Yeah. I've always been a fan of Cajun and Zydeco, blues, Tex-Mex. One of my first instruments that I started on, I know about 30 musical instruments, give or take. I learned how to play harmonica when I was a very little boy, you know, I love Cajun and Zydeco music. I grew up listening to a lot of that stuff. I mean, I didn't exactly have like the quintessential Cajun or Tejano background. I mean, I grew up in the viscous bayous and alligator-infested swamps of Maryland.
Oh.
Hang on, let me get the accent right here. After you wash your hands off the oil in the zinc, let's go down to the ocean and get some crabs, hon.
Yeah.
Let's go those. There we go. That's my best impression of a Bomber accent. My heart goes to the folks in the Key Bridge accident, by the way. But anyway,
now you were saying Cajun, but you said something else. Tehuns? What did you say?
Tejano.
Tejano. What is? I don't know what that is. Maybe some people don't know what that is either.
Well, Tejano or Tex-Mex music is the music from the Texas-Mexican border. And I was actually going into that because one of my favorite blues artists is Ry Cooder. And I think one of the big things was when Ry Cooder teamed up with Flaco Jimenez, who is, Grammy Award winning. He's collaborated with everybody. Doug Somm, the Mavericks, Freddie Fender, Dwight Yoakam, Ry Cooder. He's probably like the Elvis Presley.
I was just about to say.
of Tex-Mex border music, like him.
Okay.
And but
like
I played
Elvis Presley, huh?
like I played harmonica, I played guitar, piano, and bands. One of the first bands I played in was bass in a reggae Christian pop Americana band called the Stranded Travelers. I'm as confused as you are.
Reggae, Christian pop, and what? Americana.
Explains our mashups.
I know. Mash it up.
Honestly, I'm still confused about it, and that was like one of the first bands I was in, Stranded Travelers. Shout out to my boy Kent Lopez.
Hey, Kent.
But
we got another guest coming on.
oh yeah, Little Luna.
Hello. Hello, little baby.
Well, if you're looking for my wife Luna, she's over in that car over there.
That's the Twin Peaks mascot.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tex-Mex border music and all that. And when I came to Nashville, it's like I was already playing a lot in rockabilly and blues bands. So it's like, oh man, now I'm down here, rockabilly, blues, and honky-tonk. And you could throw a rock and hit a guitar, or hit like 6 guitar players before it hits the ground.
Right.
And so it's like, well, I got to figure out something. So I played harp, I played guitar, I played bajo sexto, which is the big 12-string bass that you'll see in conjunto music.
12-string bass.
12-string bass.
Is it like
guitar.
2 separate
It's like a
pieces?
12-string, but instead
Is it
of
rounded?
instead of the high strings on a 12-string guitar, there are low strings.
Good bass, huh?
I actually got a funny story about that. I'll let Rooster tell it, so that way there's less bleep bleeps, because...
Go right ahead. I'll probably have more bleep bleeps from what you done. That sounds like an antique car show.
But 12-string bass, and eventually I had an accordion player for a while, but he was more beer hall, German polka music,
polka, huh?
which, Which, you know, I mean, if you're going to play accordion, yeah, you got to know one or two of those. I still don't know the chicken dance. Please don't ask for it. But
Okay.
I know the rooster dance.
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
We just crank it up to 10 and put a double bass on it.
Yeah. But eventually it was just like, well, it's about time I learn it. And realizing that the diatonic accordion, or the diatonic button accordion, the 3-row that you saw me play, and the Cajun diatonic accordion, that's just a harmonica. That's just a really big harmonica. And for then, all the pieces kind of fell into place. So it's just like, well, hell. If there's room for a harmonica, surely there's room for the little Tex-Mex accordion, and that's kind of, I guess, that niche that I've been going in for like the past.
Tex-Mex accordion.
That's right,
Yeah.
Tex-Mex accordion.
But it works.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it works great. And now how did you get in with this mix here?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, say your
Craigslist.
name again. Say your
David.
Name. Craigslist, really?
No, I'm half kidding.
Oh.
I joined up with CJ maybe 5 years ago,
That way you're not talking into my chest.
but I enjoy that.
Yeah, but my wife's over there in that other car, and she might have other
I
ideas.
don't even know how to. I'm anti-technology.
How do you think I feel?
So I hooked up with CJ maybe 5 years ago,
Okay.
and when I first met him, I just shook my head and said, what have I gotten myself into? My wife, do a quick backstory. My wife moved me here from Indiana in 2011.
A good wife.
Oh, she's amazing.
Good wife.
She's the
Yay.
best, she's the ultimate.
What's her
musician's
name?
wife.
Give her a shout
Jessica.
out.
Jessica.
Heads up to
Jessica.
my wonderful, awesome,
Right.
amazing wife, Jessica.
We need
I
someone
love
to
you.
back you up like that. Yeah.
Oh, she was the one that said, so you want to move to Nashville? Yeah, someday. Give your notice. I'm moving you.
Whoa, I love her. I
My
love
jaw
Jessica.
is still sore from hitting the floor.
I know.
But we moved here, and
About how many years ago?
2011 we moved here.
Okay.
Because she knew where my passion was. She knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And in order to, you can't do it in the middle of Indiana. So she said, let's get you there. Let's see what happens. So fast forward a couple of years, somehow or the other, probably through Facebook, I connected with this moron. And he says, I need a drummer. Okay. I don't know what you're doing, but okay. So we show up, and right out of the gate, I'm surrounded by, okay, we don't have a set list, we don't rehearse, just follow me.
Set list?
Yeah.
We ain't got no set
That's what I
list.
said, we don't have one.
I don't need no set list.
We don't need no stinking set list.
I don't have to show you any stinking set list.
Nope. And so, but I've spent my entire life with set lists.
Yeah.
And we tease about this mercilessly.
Yeah.
But
I
You
went
know,
number
we
one,
hooked
number
up.
two, number.
My parents are still ashamed.
they'll get over it. But right after he hired me, I wound up and took a tour gig. I was on the road for about a year and a half.
So that's where you were.
Yeah. You missed me
Oh.
that week.
Oh yeah.
So I came back, and much to his chagrin, he will tell you that he went through a Rolodex of players for years, trying to find something that would fit. You don't even want to get him started.
Yeah.
He went through, 200 guitar players and a couple thousand drummers, and I think everybody in town's probably played for him for at least 5 minutes.
There'd be more bleeps than the Road Runner for how many.
But did he work out with you when you first played with you then?
I think we just kind of, once I got sort of somewhat infinitesimally, got some degree of what he was
Feel.
about.
Yeah.
If I can borrow that microphone back,
Yes, you may have it.
him and Jess thought I was nuts.
I still do, but we love him anyway.
Yeah.
But
Now,
You know-
who Jess is Jessica?
Jessica
Yeah.
is
Okay.
my wife.
Okay.
And she's also the official band manager.
Oh, okay. Good.
And she would be here, but we have our niece.
Okay.
And that's cool. But, once I got a feel for what he was about, and not to do this, I call myself an overeducated rock drummer. I have a degree in classical percussion from Indiana.
Uh-huh.
So I've been, the last 20 some odd years, I've been exposed to a lot
Yeah.
musically. And then here comes this guy throwing all this stuff at me that I've never heard of.
Uh-huh.
Such as yourself. Tejano, Tex-Mex, Zydeco. I know the terms,
Yeah.
don't know any of it.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I'm getting bombarded with all these styles. And I'm going, okay, this is different. And once I wrap my head around it, and there's a magic to it it's not complicated. It's not progressive rock. It's not death metal. It's different, but it's approachable. And this is just fun. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about. I don't have to worry. Just
Yeah,
in general.
just enjoy your
Yeah.
drumming, you know.
And we do our thing, and whatever happens, happens, and we can relax. And the thing I like about this, I was telling somebody earlier today, what we've learned to do is really listen to each other and play off of that. No matter what the style, we just run with it, and if somebody goes in a different direction, shoot, we'll follow them. We were referred to in the last year or so as a Tex-Mex Grateful Dead.
Now, but how did a guy from Maryland get into Tex-Mex?
Well, I mean,
It all started with a restaurant.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, how else do you think I got my girlish figure? But
You like the mariachis?
Oh,
You love the mariachi music.
oh,
eh?
me encanta las mariachis, los tejanos, los norteños, las bandas. But anyway,
Mexico Taco
So
Bell.
you'd go sit at a Mexican restaurant and listen to their music?
well, I just love music in general. And
But how did you zero in on, I mean, in Maryland, you know, Maryland's just not the hotbed for Tex-Mex.
Well, for starters, when I was young, I mean, growing up on the autism spectrum, modern rock hurt my head. So my introduction to rock and roll was some loud screaming band, and it hurt. It was like, why would somebody play it that way? And I didn't realize that they were doing it on purpose. So I would listen to literally anything else. I would listen to big band singers through my grandparents, cowboy singers like Gene Autry, Roy
Okay.
Rogers. I listened to bluegrass. A lot of New Year's I would sit in over at my grandfather's friend's bluegrass jam. I forget his name at the current moment. I did have a shot of tequila and some whiskey before this interview. But hey, I'm just being honest here.
Yeah.
But I love blues music and New Orleans jazz. I got into Cajun and Zydeco music, and old country and honky-tonk, and you know, going through with Rycooter.
So it was because of rock music you found your music.
I did. And then, in a funny way, got reintroduced to rock music because one of my favorite movies is Smokey and the Bandit. And one of the guys, and you know, I known Jerry Reed as a country picker. I did not know the term rockabilly until I saw a caption of Burt Reynolds with acting stars Sally Field, comedian Jackie Gleason, and rockabilly performer Jerry Reed. And I was like, what?
He's country.
Here's the part where you're going to do the beat beat. What the f- is rockabilly? So,
At least he warned you.
hey, I might as well give him the chance. So I looked it up. It's like, rockabilly. It's like Gene Vincent, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Bill Haley's like, oh my God, these are all the people in rock and roll that I actually like. Holy cats, there we go.
Okay, so that took you a
and that got me
direction.
back into rockabilly and in turn garage rock.
Did you hear Brazilibilly?
Oh yeah,
Jesse Lee Jones.
Jesse Lee
Good
Jones,
fella.
yes sir.
Good guy.
Lodge brother his.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And you know, that also got me into Reverend Horton Heat, the legendary Shack Shakers, the Cramps, and I kind of got back into loud rock and roll.
So you made a big circle.
I made a big circle. But going into Zydeco and Cajun and all that, my mom had a Buckwheat Zydeco tape when I was younger. She also had the they also had the Beastie Boys, Jimmy Buffett, and a whole bunch of others. Some had more effect than others, but Buckwheat Zydeco was a big one. So that also got me into Clifton Chenier, Wayne Toops, the late Joel Saunier, who I still can't believe that happened. When we heard that Joel Saunier had passed away, we were actually on our way back from Texas. We were playing in Houston the same night that he was playing the Opry gig in Texas, and we had found out the news on our way home.
Oh.
But we also had other pans in the fire, like getting home before the big blizzard.
Missed
Yeah.
the blizzard. We
And-
hit it spot on.
Oh, we hit it smack in the head.
So do you go when you leave Nashville? Do you mainly go to Texas or?
Oh, we'll go wherever.
Okay.
You know,
We have a lot of irons in the fire right now. He's been on a mission to try to get us out.
Okay.
Sans booking agent per se.
Uh-huh.
So until we find one that is a fit for us or vice versa.
no comment on the last
Yeah,
booking
yeah,
no
agent.
comment.
Well, you gotta
We have to
find
find
the
one
one
that
that's
fits
right
us.
for you. Now,
And which is weird, because you know, on one hand, it's marketable that we have this unique sound mixing in the Tex-Mex music, Cajun and Zydeco, swamp pop, which is rock and roll and rhythm and blues, or Cajun and Creole lens, which is through people like Rob Bernard, Johnny Allen, who's been one of my favorites ever since I was a little boy, Warren Storm, Rod Bernard. This should go on forever. And one of the songs you heard me playing earlier today, Wasted Days and Wasted Nights, by the late great Freddie Fender.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just love the mix. It's happy, it's exciting, and your lead guitar player is pretty hot.
Samantha Kate likes to think so.
You're playing, and I'm referring to your playing, so no lady needs to get jealous here or anything. you are.
Don't
now,
drop it.
Done got me nervous.
Now say your name again
Oh,
for the camera here.
Wes, everybody calls me Rooster.
Rooster. Okay. How'd you get that Rooster name?
It's a funny story. The guy who taught my father guitar also taught me, and he taught me as well.
Okay.
It was him, cousin Beverly. We called him Cuz because my grandfather's cousin. And he looked just like Andy Griffin.
Oh, really?
Exactly. Got mistaken for him. Taught my dad, my grandfather. They taught me. Then he taught me. And when I was a kid, they put one under the bed and said, "Don't touch it."
A
What's a kid
guitar?
gonna do? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't touch it. Well, I wonder why I never got in trouble. So he gave my dad the name Rooster, and he'd always call me Little Rooster.
Oh,
And
okay.
I never went by that hardly, but when my dad passed
So
away, I
that's
started
show that
Yeah,
here. Can we
that's,
get that there?
My father had pretty much.
So
the
he
same
was
one in the same
a
spot.
rooster and you were Little
Yeah,
Rooster.
and when he passed on, I just kind of stepped
Yeah.
up on the coop, I guess.
Okay. Well, that's great. So what age when you starting playing guitar?
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
No, I was about just learning it.
I'm not asking your age now,
About-
just when you
no,
started. So
About 7.
see, so has you just taken you all over, or I mean, you just had it in your life the whole time, or was it on and off, or?
My whole family is. I'm a medic also, 3 nights a week.
Okay.
And my whole family worked in the public safety police. So and they all played as well. So we'd have these giant parties at my house. I'd sit behind the little, it's not a recliner, but it's like a big fluffy chair.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like a recliner without the legs, yeah. And I stayed behind it and one night, probably maybe 9 or 10, had a little old guitar that come from Walmart. I can't remember what brand it was, but anyways, Harmony. And
Those are good
Chris
guitars.
said, "Little Rooster, you about ready to come out here and join us now?" And that's after like several of these went by, and I get in there, they all stepped back, throw me in the middle, take
Yeah.
it.
Go.
Just went from
Good.
there.
That's great. I mean, you're really good on the
Thank
guitar.
you.
Now, how did you end up with these guys? Or
Well, we might need a couple commercial breaks on that story. For good.
Well, hey, we've got time.
No,
I don't have that much time.
I was looking to put
That's a
something,
mini series.
put something different together, and him and another guy actually responded to my Facebook music ad.
okay.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I don't need to put nothing together. He's asking me to come on there, and he's doing what I want to do already.
Oh, good.
And
Good.
fast forward, some things happened, and I got in a bind needing somebody to help me out at a big show. that's a whole mini series there. And he shows up last minute. Yeah, I'll be there. And he said, "Won't you come over?" I forget what day it was. It's Thursday. So first time I played with everybody. It was him and Bruce. I think Zach was there.
I wasn't.
Yep.
At your
Before
house.
me.
Well,
Was it?
what? Yeah.
Yeah, it was your
house.
place.
I slept since then. I'm sorry.
We started playing a song, Lowrider, and just right in the middle of it, without looking at it, same note, same lyric. We both went into Born on the Bayou.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like, wait a minute.
Wow.
You got it.
Okay.
And
okay.
we pretty much have the same record collection. I mean, it's spooky
Okay.
how
Yeah.
much of the same stuff we grew up listening to. And
They were separated at birth.
pretty much.
And where did you came to Nashville from somewhere, or were you? Are you from Tennessee?
I grew up here. Yeah,
Okay. Great. Okay.
all my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just, he lets me, as far as like, do your thing. I mean, look like Dave was saying, just have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I like. I can feel that. I can feel the fun. I can feel, and I like what your bass player said. You know, like, you know, we're up there, we're doing a show.
Yeah.
And I like that. You know, if you know, you can turn on the radio and just hear some music if you want, but when you're doing a show, I like a show. You know, that's what I like to see. You know, I like the enthusiasm, and I love and your the way you do your songs. I mean, I'm a fan, and I just saw you.
Thank you.
You know,
Appreciate it.
so
It's
I'll be
class.
singing your praises all over. So this is great. I'm glad you guys. Sounds like you're going to end up in Texas again this year.
We sure are. I'm actually looking at places. Been booking it now, and you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna need that back.
Next time you guys come like, yeah, and then we went to.
Yeah.
There we go. Me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna be. I'm booking shows in Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, South Carolina.
Wow.
Hoping to get Georgia and Florida, North Carolina, Virginia,
Chicago.
Maryland. We're gonna be playing
You
Chicago,
really are going
Illinois.
all out
we're
in
trying like
Nashville. Yeah.
Indiana, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York.
Is this like going
Delaware.
into next year? Or
Next year, most of those are already in the cards for this year.
This year,
and
yeah.
you know,
well, how exciting, you guys!
I
I'm
want.
listening because I can't keep up anymore.
I know.
Where we gonna be?
I mean,
Just show up. Just tell me where to be.
West Virginia, we're playing there coming
Kind of like our
up.
set list.
You get a set list.
Our set list.
You got a set list? I didn't get a set list.
Our set list just says key of and blank.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Keep up.
I thought he had a set list.
Mine
one
says
time as a
good
menu,
luck. What
you
the
know.
heck?
No.
Mine says just be here at this time, play at this time, get out by this time.
Well, I'm glad I got to see you while you're in town, and that you worked in that one little gig you're going to do for me, and
Oh,
and I
yeah.
mean I feel honored. That's probably in between you coming back saying hello to your wife and then going again or something.
Well, I try not to do it that much. We try not to, push it to that extent. I do have a little rule of booking. It's called the wives and girlfriends rule, where I try to be considerate for as much time as we are on the road. I like to have as much time as possible at home because, I got married in 2021, and
during the pandemic.
yes, during we don't talk about that, but it did help me get to become a better accordion player.
Okay.
But
Still play it like a Stratocaster.
well, I didn't have a proper teacher. All of them were sick. But
So you got married then?
I
and
got
then-
married
So you have your wife responsibilities.
Yep, and
you understand that.
and Jess is a part of the fold. That's Dave's wife, and Bruce has his significant other, Sweetie, and all that. So, and Nick has his significant other and 3 daughters, and I try to be fair to everyone.
Yeah.
Where if I'm booking, and I always have a phrase like, this ain't the Army. This ain't the Army. This ain't the Marine Corps. No amount of yelling and screaming is going to get you to do a gig if you can't commit due to family stuff. I understand that. And, it's being fair to everybody. It's,
You work it in. You work it. around it and
I
stuff.
appreciate it when people are there, but if not, I understand. No amount of cussing and fuss is going to change that. So it's, I like this to be as low stress as possible. I like my life to be as low stress as possible. And if not, I head over to the dispensary and get me some of that Don Cushman.
We got a few good substitutes too, like the jam was.
can help out a little bit.
yeah.
Unfortunately, they're
That's
needed
nice.
often.
That's nice because things
Bob's a
happen
good one.
sometimes or something.
Well, case in point, he was doing some booking last week, and
You might want this.
oh well, I can just speak more fluently.
Yeah.
But he booked us. Where's Memorial Weekend? Where's the
May,
20?
the last
Yeah.
the last
May
week of May.
24th up in West Virginia.
Yeah, he booked a thing
Hobnob
in
or
May.
something like that.
In May, where they wanted us for the 24th,
Fifth. They wanted us for the 25th.
and he booked it. And then I realized, oh shoot, I've got a gig with another old band of mine. They need me to fill in on that date. So rather than just cancel, he calls me up and says, hey, can you do the 24th? So he rescheduled it just so I'd
Okay.
be able to get to West Virginia.
Okay. Well,
and
yeah,
then
try
come
to make
back.
things work. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Gosh, 'cause I'm only good for one drum song, as you seen the other night.
and I can tell you guys all just work really good together. So I'm really glad to have met you. I'm glad we had this time. I'm going to go where you are. I was going, how am I going to get all you guys together? I go, well, I got to go watch them play, and then I'll snag them real quick.
Yeah, come see show.
Yeah. I'll be following you.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad to meet you, and I love your
Likewise.
drumming. I tried
Thank
getting
you.
you, and the bass player actually moves out of the way a little bit once in a while.
He dances.
That's another thing you'll see us doing some shows. Somebody needs to go get a drink or somewhere else. You'll see us rotate.
Oh.
Thank gosh this guy can play guitar. 'Cause
And
Yeah.
we don't take many breaks.
We love this guy
I have to take a
dearly.
break right now.
I'll say this: he's phenomenal. He's even better,
Oh, really?
and I don't mean that like that lightly.
I don't disagree.
He's really, really good. He's better, and I.
Well, everybody's something.
yeah,
you know,
and we all help each
they're
other. I'm
all-
stuck behind one
I steal
spot.
from him all the
You
time.
put me in a guitar, then no, not happening.
I still like the idea how you said you couldn't believe how many songs you guys had
Oh,
in
yeah.
common. A Tennessee boy and a guy from Maryland, and you wouldn't
It's
think
almost
that.
like the same
And
record.
the off different types of songs, you know.
Well, I mean, it's also, we love this music that we play. I was very fortunate to, when we were in Texas, we were very fortunate that that Wild Bill Perkins from one of my favorite bands of all time, Ruben Ramos and the Mexican Revolution, a fantastic Tejano band in the old school La Onda Chicana style. They mix in R&B and salsa, rock and roll. There's a
Benton throat music.
and I actually have a funny story about that, but I've been itching to try and get down to Texas to play saxophone with Ruben Ramos and all them.
I'll tell you first.
Ruben Ramos is probably one of my favorite singers. We actually swiped one of the songs they do on stage, Barbacoa Blues, for our set. And if Ruben Ramos happens to be watching this right now, let me know where to send the check. But Ruben Ramos and Wild Bill Perkins are, and the whole of the Mexican Revolution band is just incredible. I was lucky to meet Wild Bill when we were in Austin. Unfortunately, Ruben Ramos was sick, but I'm hoping to catch up with them, because they're, next run. They're just incredible people.
Okay.
I want to get them up here.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I got to brag on him one time, though.
Yeah.
That accordion got him on stage with his cowpunk idol, Jason Ringwald.
Oh.
And to sit back and watch him playing with that guy, I was just loving it, filming it.
I guess I
Like
should
a kid on
probably
Christmas. It was great.
I guess I should probably elucidate that. Another one of our favorite bands is Jason and the Scorchers.
There's about
And,
2,000 of them.
I've got a wide variety.
Well, it sounds like it. Yeah.
My wife.
Hank Williams Sr. is my songwriter inspiration.
Well,
That's it. And you have you've already said hundreds right now.
Hank Sr. is great. Ernest Tubb is great. I know we were talking about the bus.
No.
A lot of times when I know we've got like a big gig or heading to Fame Studio where we were last year and stuff like that,
was surreal.
I'll head over to Ernest Tubb's bus, kind of just chill out there for a little bit.
Yeah,
just
there's something
kinda-
about, it looks like brand new on the outside, but then you go in, you go, this was their thing. You're touching where they're touched,
Yeah,
Now,
just kind of
before we go here, where can they get hold of you? What's the best way to get hold of you?
you can get a hold of us on Instagram at Los Swamp Monsters Official, You can get a hold of us at www.lowswampmonsters.com, and you can get a hold of us at Low Swamp Monsters on Facebook. I am the administrator for all 3 of those, so if you talk to them, the odds are very, very good you're also talking to me directly. And if not, and you send them an email and I just happen to not catch it, or a message or something, I might also kick it over to Jess or Dave or Rooster or whoever happens to be available at the time.
Uh-huh.
It's a
But
group effort.
Now, are you on any of the platforms? You know, Spotify, YouTube, or
yes,
All the
anything?
above.
yes,
Okay.
we're on all of the above. Our Live in Texas record, I have physical copies on sale now, but Live in Texas will be debuting on Spotify on Cinco de Mayo. We have the
Nice.
complete Live in Texas series, where the Live in Texas Spotify version is based out of, on Bandcamp. So you can go in there. We also have So Underground, which was us playing at 90s Flavor Bar. That's going to be out in June, actually on National Caving Day. And the picture I took for
How
the
we
picture.
celebrate that?
I don't know.
Caving Day? What is
Yes, because caving or spelunking or whatnot.
Oh, like going.
And and the reason I chose that, and the term "so underground" was the picture I took for that was taken at
underground in a cave.
well, it was taken at the caverns,
Oh yeah, yeah,
taken
where they
at the
do some
caverns.
music there.
and a lot of the stuff I do it in house. There's no record label, there's no major executives, so I'm
Okay. Well, I just want people to be able to find you, and we're right after this interview. I have recorded some of their songs from inside, and we're going to be adding those to this interview here. So you'll get a little touch of their magic here. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you so much. I'm glad to meet you, and I'll be following you. So
Everybody grabbed that Live in Texas. That was the first time we were all out of jail at the same time. So
live in Texas.
Yes, that's right. Live in Texas. You can get the complete series on Bandcamp.
Because they were all out of jail.
at the same time.
Wow.
Te amo muy mucho. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup, mon ami.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. And don't be a fucker. Good night.
Okay, thank you all from Nashville, live.
So
Live, live, live.
Thank you, Todd, from the bottom of my heart for being such a big influence on this band. I love you, man. Good Lord, child. Sometimes I feel
This episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs is sponsored by. Come on down to Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland. Live bluegrass, country, and gospel music every Saturday night. Shows start at 6 p.m. and admission is $8. First Fridays we feature karaoke and Grandpa's Music Jam Session 10 to 2 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday. New and seasoned musicians are always welcome for music lessons, so bring the whole family. Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland.